Hello and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included, Spaced Out Edition. So we are here in the Shire and we are preparing to go to a new asteroid. We got a couple things to do before we do that. The first thing we need to do is this the sender? This is the output, that's the receiver. Where's the sender? There it is. The first thing we have to do is activate this machine here and enable, well, it's activated, but it has to be activated on the backside. But we need to build one of these auto sweepers right here. So as soon as we have 200 copper, we're going to do that. And we're going to activate this or get it prepared. So that means we can take a couple of these and we can start filling them with materials that we're going to send over to our other colony. Because we're going to have another colony, believe it or not. Yes. So the goal is we're going to fill one of them up with coal. We're going to fill the other one up with algae and a couple seeds, some mealwood seeds and some bristle blossom seeds as a priority. We're also going to fill one of them up with about 400 of refined metal of some sort. And then when we send Frodo or over to the other colony, the first activity he's going to have is to dig to the machine that looks like this and activate it. And what will happen is that it'll start popping out the coal and the algae and everything. And that way he'll have power, he'll have oxygen production, and he'll have food production with some seeds besides bog buckets, which I'm assuming are going to be over there. Right away at the start of the colony. And that's going to make a huge difference. So we're going to put this one on coal and put it on a 7 so that they fill it up. We're also going to go ahead and take our current refined metal. We have a little bit of iron. We're just going to put it right into there. Okay. The other one, we're going to put it on a 7, and we're going to come down and we're going to put some seeds and some algae. So we're going to put a bristle blossom and we're going to put a mealwood. And then we're going to come up to organic and we're going to put algae. We're just going to start filling these things up. And then we're going to take our shipping here, and yes, we have 200. And we're going to build this thing right there. Entombed, 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 entombed. Pause. Okay. He buried himself. Someone's gonna have to come dig him out. Okay, good. They're not that far. Usually they're entombed because they've constructed a wall on themselves. You know, they'll be in a 2x2 space and they'll build a tile and lock their heads into it. Morons. That's all I have to say is morons. Sometimes. Our poor dupes. Alright, anyways. So yeah, see, they're already filling it up, they're getting it ready, and then we'll be able to tell this thing that, hey, we want to send over our refined metal, which is going to be iron. We're going to want to send over our algae. We're going to want to send over our seeds, copper, which is going to be a blossom and a mealwood. And we're going to want to send over our coal into that machine. So as soon as this is built and the other one is active, this is just going to load this thing up out of these storage bins, and boom, we have an immediate supply over on the other side. And then in the future, if we need to send additional items, we can. I'm also going to take and put a stairwell right here. A ladder, just regular build. Oops. On this side, we'll do it right there. And we're going to dig all of this stuff out. Cancel. Right? No, well, no. We're going to need to take the ladder up a little bit higher, I think, so they can just reach it. Yep. Cool. Alright, well anyways, we got a lot of things happening. We can also quit starving. Go eat. We can also finish this. So we want a little bit there. And then we're going to take this and we're going to go straight across there. Excellent. Alright, and how are we doing now? Yeah, we haven't built that. That's fine. We're busy digging instead. Digging's, you know, a great thing to do. That's fine. They can dig. Oh, we got these ready. Let's plant our pitcher peppers. Pitcher peppers. There they are. Plant. 6. Copy settings. Do we already have the liquid in? We have one piece that we can't reach. Now we can reach it. Well, once they build that. Excellent. All right. So that's really good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Looks like we've got our vent going again, so we do have power coming in back into the base now through this besides our coal. So that's good. We've got a lot of stuff going on. So that's awesome. We're making progress, you know? Food is good. The next thing we want to start on is let's get ready to do our oxygen system. Yeah. Do we have... No. Do these things allow manual? No, they don't. We would have to dump it. I'm trying to think, how can we make a little bit of plastic? So we've got this crude oil, right? It's not much. We would have to convert it into petroleum and then convert that into plastic. This is going to be tough. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to dump those into one of these, into a small little itty bitty tank. Toot, toot, toot. That we can empty all these little crude oil buckets into. And then connect it to a power source. This only needs to be temporary. I'm thinking we'll just do it right here. Yeah. We're going to do a small little tank right in here. All right, let's think of how to do this. So we just need a small tank that's like that. We'll need a floor to go like that. We can deconstruct that. We can put the bottle emptier here. We can put this oil refinery thing here, and the polymer press down here. And we're just gonna, in case we have additional extra, we're gonna store it into there. Alright, so this is gonna come in from over here. Gonna go out and go in. This is a lot of energy that we're gonna be using up just for an itty bitty bit of plastic. Yeah. So we can take this and do that. Actually, we don't want to make it out of that. We're gonna make it out of copper. There we go. Okay, so we can do this and we can do crude oil. They're gonna dump the crude oil into here. All right, well that's set up. The reason I'm doing that is because I want this right here. High pressure gas vent. We need 50 kilograms of plastic to build these things. instead of these crappy little vents. I only need a couple of them to start with. And that's all we're going to get. I don't, you know, I mean, crude oil, 394 grams. This is 6.5 kilograms. That's better. 6.8 kilograms. We have enough. We might be able to get away with quite a bit of plastic. We'll see. Yep. We'll see. These things are growing. Yay! All right. Anyways, that's long-term plans. That just means we need more copper. Yay! More heat. More copper. Keep it coming. Yeah, see, this tank's starting to get hot now because there's no colds coming into it. These are almost full. That's good. All right, well, I think skills. Goldberry. She's our other person we were thinking of sending over to the other colony, but she doesn't have the mechatronics yet. But we'll work up towards it. I don't know. We don't need it necessarily there. Do that. Anyone else? No. Okay. So I think what we need to concentrate on is our other cooling system as a priority. So let's just up it to a 6. There we go. And we also will get the rest of the piping done on a 6. Keep that at a 7. There's some here, here, and here. And here. Alright. Cool. Let's get the piping done in our other cooling system. Another skill already. Celeborn. Alright. You can now do more construction. Build those pipes. Right? They can't get stuck in here, right? Yeah, they can't get stuck. Okay, good. All right, perfect. Yeah, it's starting to get too hot in here, so we gotta cool this down. But so what I was saying is that we're gonna plan out, or whoops, future development where we're gonna stick our new oxygen system. And basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna have it come into right here. There's going to be a vent right here. Yeah. So. And right there. And we have to decide. I think we're going to put it, we can either put it there or we can put it next to our cooling system here. Either way. We'll probably do both eventually later. So we're going to have this come straight up. We're going to go this side first. We'll have to build power over here eventually. Alright, and that's going to come over here. Now that means we have to set up our oxygen system, our electrolyzer. We're going to need water. We're going to need all kinds of things in here. I'm thinking we're going to put it right here above this. Do we even want to bother putting it up over, clear out over? You know what? No. We can cool it off. We don't have to sit it in a cooling area. In fact, we can send our pipes through the cooling area instead of setting those things up in the cooling area and accidentally melting all of our ice. We can actually just stick it like right here, in fact. Yeah. So we're going to do 2 farms. 2 oxygen farms. That's all we should need. And we'll do it right here at the top so that the top becomes the top. That doesn't make sense, but I know. So we're gonna put one here, and then let me see. There's a thing. The other one's here, and then there would be pump that would be here, 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 here. What did we make these out of? Copper. We don't want them made out of copper. We want them made out of gold because it's going to get potentially warm. We'll cool them down. We'll cool these farms down, but there's the potential they're going to get warm. All right. We'll do that. There's an air vent under each one. Then there's a series of doors. You've probably seen me build these before. So there's one here, and we're going to come into both farms, so we'll need to do that. Okay, and then we're going to put, of course, we're going to lock it into these areas. That's all stone, so let's dig this out first, because I don't want the morons chopping their heads off as they're putting all of this together. And what I mean by that is that you know, they'll build and stick their head in the roof of a spot. Got a bunch of liquid that came out of there. Let's get this liquid cleaned up. We can mop most of it up. This is why we put this here. So that this water won't go down into the bottom and cause issues. Okay, good. How are we doing on our video? Oh, we got plenty of time. Always check. I'm trying to keep these down to a reasonable amount of time. So we can get some omelets. We can get a destructive person. We can get a vomiter or a vomiter. Vomiter is a night owl with excavation, and our vomiter is an excavation pilot in strength, who has an iron gut, decreased science, and then increased medicine. Eeny, miny, mo, miny, mo, eeny, meeny. Miny, mo, miny, mo, miny, mo. We're just going to take Stinky. Excavation is always useful, and we can skill him up in construction at the same time. All right, so let's do Thorin, King of the Dwarves. Not very long, but he was a king. All right. There we go. Excellent. And we can also upgrade Arwen. She's got the construction. We'll give her her second level of plumbing. All right. Cool. All right, so back to here. We can put in our floor now. I want igneous rock granite. That's all right. There we go. Excellent. Cool. So that's in place. Now we're going to need to deliver water to these. So we're going to do that. It has to be pure water. But I also want to cool this a little bit. So we're going to split it again. We really only need to cool these things. Yeah. Oops, wrong one. We want a bridge, bridge, bridge. Liquid bridge. There we go. And we're just gonna put it right back in. Cool. Do we have? We do. So we can do... No, we don't want to do that. There we go. So that'll just provide a little bit of cooling. Now, at the same time, as I said, we can cool our air that's going to come out of these vents here. So we're going to have two of them. We got 1, 2. So this one we can come this way, this one, we can come this way. Whoops. Now these are oxygen lines. So I'm thinking that the first oxygen line, I want to cool these down. So it's either I take them over here and run them in circles to cool them down a little bit right there, or I take them over here and I cool them down a little bit. Eeny, miny, mo. It requires, of course, meaning that we're going to have a lot of really long pipes, right? But I think it's worth it. Well, technically, we can just bring it up here. We don't have to go into the ice biomes. We can just cool it up here, can't we? We can. Why don't we do that? I'm a genius. Not really. So we're going to have this one come straight up through here. And we're going to have this one skip a beat and come up over here. You'll see why I'm skipping. Whoops. Alright. And we're just going to kind of run it through this ice a little bit. So this one, we're going to come over here. This will create some new stairways coming through, so that's fine. Alright. And then we're going to come back down through here. And this one's going to connect to that. Alright. This one, same thing. We're going to go about the same distance or so. Actually, we're just going to take this one over further. And what we're going to do is we're just going to come straight up through here. I hate it when the pipe has its own mind. Decides to go different directions than where you want it to. Whoops. That means we can take out that. Oh, whoops. Oh, build. Build. Stop! Whoa! Suffocating! Where? Okay. Is he gonna make it to oxygen? Okay, good, he did. Yeah, there's just no oxygen over here at all. But they won't have to come into here much. Storing. Are we nearing out? We're nearly out of algae, aren't we? We're gonna have to mine some algae. Alright, no problem. Let's mine some algae. Look, there's lots of algae. We can get algae all over the place. Cool. Algae problem solved. Oh, there's even algae right here. Alright, cool. That means we can put a ladder there, and we can put a ladder along our pipe, oops, over here. Alright, now we gotta pick where we're gonna cool it. So we're gonna cancel just piping only. Let's just select piping. Cancel piping, okay. So there's ice here, so we're gonna do a section 4 along there and a section 5 and 5, and then we're gonna do the same thing here. We're just gonna do a nice cold section where we're gonna replace that with radiated pipe. This stuff. We want one that's thermally reactive. This one allows extreme temperature, allows string temperature. Okay, copper works. So we can do a copper pipe there, copper pipe there, copper pipe there. Reason we're doing that is so it's going to take the air up, it's going to run it through this negative 63 degrees, and it's just going to cool it because it's out in space. Or, well, no, it's not out in space because space is actually hot, but it's just going to cool it down. So that's just a smart thing to do. There we go. Cool. And that pretty much completes our episode. Now, of course, we still have to put in our pipes here. This is going to be the hydrogen. That we can take down into our power room. I see an issue. Where's the bridge? Gas bridge. Cancel. Let's just finish this and then we'll be good. We gotta move this so it goes to a different direction. So I think here's what we're gonna do. Actually, we're gonna do this and that'll go there. And then we're gonna put one here. And one here. So we're gonna cancel the piping there. Yeah. This is always tricky, right? To figure out where you want stuff. All right, so this one needs to come out there. This one is going to come out there. Cool. That's hooked up, right? Yes. And then this can go this way, and I'll figure out what I want to do with these. All right, cool. Well, we are out of time on this episode. We already extended a little bit. Obviously, we got to get power into all of this, get it all set up, you know, you name it, fix all that kind of stuff, which we will do. But for now, we'll save it for the next episode, and we'll see you then. Thanks for joining, everybody.